All right, it's that time of month where the Portland real estate market update. So the multiple listing service, regional multiple listing service, updates their information every month, and the numbers have come out for the Portland metro area. So what we do is we compare the month of May to the month of April, and then we compare the month of May 2023 to the month of May 2022. Now, I'll be honest with you, when we compare the month of May this year to May of last year, numbers are down. New listings are down almost 16%. Pending sales are down almost 24%. Closed sales are down almost 31%. Average sale price is down 4%. Inventory is up. Okay, so that and we know that we know that, one, because we hear it on the news all the time, and I mean, what was going on this time last year, to be quite honest with you, we were still in the fours. Well, we were still going from 2 to 4, creeping into the 5s. Now we're at 6.5 to 7.5% interest rates for buying a home. So of course, if we're looking year over year, the numbers are going to be down versus last year. Hey, it's Ken Rosinger at Lucido Global Team at Keller Williams Realty. So one of my goals is to make sure that I know the market. I know the market on a weekly basis because we actually know how many listings are coming on the market, how many pendings, how many closed, how many homes are coming off the market, whether it's an expired or a canceled listing or withdrawn listing. We know how many price changes there are on a weekly basis. It's important to know this information because we need to be educated so that we can help you, provide you the right information and the right guidance in the process of buying or selling a home. The cool thing is, let's talk about May versus April. Now, we've seen a lot of negative numbers. In fact, up until about February, we were seeing month over month, we were seeing negative numbers also. Sale prices were down, inventory was down. Actually, inventory was up a little bit. So we're seeing some negative numbers until February, and then March, April, May, we're seeing increases. So when we look at Portland metro area and we look at May versus April, home prices are up. Okay, it's up 2%, and I'm looking at the data. So I'm looking at the data from the multiple listing service. New listings are up 22%. Pendings are up almost 10%. Closed sales are up almost 18%. The average sale price is up almost just a little over 2%. Time on market has gone down. So the time on market is 40 days. So on average, of all the homes that have sold, it takes 40 days to sell a house. Okay, that's the average. Now, of course, we've got homes that are going 60 days, 90 days. We've got homes, honestly, new construction that could take even longer than that, depending on how the builder does their numbers. Inventory. Now, what inventory is the amount of homes that we have to sell in a time period. So what it is basically if we stop taking listings today and the inventory is at 1.9, which is the same, it didn't change from the previous month. We're at 1.9 months worth of inventory. So it would take 1.9, so basically a month and 25 days-ish, okay, before we have nothing to sell. That's what inventory means in real estate. It means the amount of homes and how long it would take to sell the amount of listings that we have on the market today. So the cool thing is that the average sale price in the month of May was $618,800. In April, it was $606,100. So we're up just basically $12,000. It's actually $12,700. Days on market is at 40 days. In April, it was 47, so the number of days has come down. And what we're also seeing is that the busiest price ranges is going to be from $300,000 to $700,000. Those are the hot markets. That's the market that's controlling 90% of the business that's being sold in the Portland metro area. Now, the market's changing. And going into the future, do we know what's exactly going to happen? I'll be honest with you, no. We have already seen this first week of June, we've already seen an increase and the number of homes coming on the market. We've also typically will see the slowdown last month on the number of homes coming on the market because people don't want to put their home on the market when kids are graduating, whether it's elementary school, middle school, or high school. They're graduating and they don't want to disrupt that because they want to have little parties and they want to have some celebrations, and so deserved for the kids, right? So now, June, they're getting ready to put their homes on the market. They're putting their homes on the market, typically going to sell it within 30 days. So the first week of June, we saw a big jump in the number of homes that came on the market. And we saw a jump in the number of homes that went pending. So, from 200,000, or excuse me, from 300,000 to $700,000 is where most of the homes are selling. The hottest market is going to be the 400 to 500,000. There was 419 homes sold in that specific price range. That was the majority of the homes that were sold. So what does this mean going forward? It simply means that we're going to see increases in home values over the next several months, I do believe. But we have that lingering thing of what's going on in the economy. I mean, we know that the Saudi Arabia has announced that they're going to reduce oil production by 1 million barrels a day. That is going to affect gas prices. And when it affects gas prices, it's going to affect grocery prices, it's going to affect labor, it's going to affect trucking industry. It has a ripple effect in our entire economy, which means we could see an increase in inflation a little bit. I'm not an economist. I just see the numbers. And when we're seeing gas prices is one of the biggest pieces. When we see gas prices go up, there's a trickle effect that goes into everything because everything gets delivered. Okay, whether it's train or truck, or plane, it's being delivered. And if the gas prices go up, then those companies have to increase their costs when somebody's delivering something. So it's got to be increased. And then you have the local drivers, the UPS, the Airborne, the Amazons. They're loading up their trucks and they're getting them out on the streets. Not everybody's at all electric. So we're going to see that ripple effect. We're going to see food costs go up. Now we also have the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate is 3.6 or 3.7%. And how does that affect? Well, they're tracking the actual number of people who are unemployed looking for a job, and that's what the 3.6, 3.7 number is. However, when you look at all of unemployment, it's 6.7. So 6.7% of Americans are not employed at this moment. So, but the 3.7 number is the one that we look for as far as, are we in a recession? Are we not in a recession? So we're going to see a couple things. Now, what does that mean? Now, the Feds are also saying, the Feds a couple weeks ago said that they're expecting a 0.5 point increase in interest rates. And now some economists are saying that may not happen. Now, of course, they're announcing something next week. We don't know exactly what they're going to announce. People are saying, well, here's one thing, here's another. We won't know until they actually announce it what's going to happen. Until then, we are going to see interest rates fluctuate. I'm not a loan officer. I just been doing this for 16 and a half years. So we're going to see some fluctuation on the interest rates and what's going on with that. So we've got to take a look at that information. It's important. Now, if something happens and inflation goes up, we could literally see that we go into a recession where we're going to see interest rates come down. Now, what's the cause and effect of that? If interest rates go down, people are going to start buying more homes because they get into the 5s. They're not at the 6 and 7s anymore. They're in a more affordable interest rate range. Okay, and then so that's going to happen. We're going to see inflation going up. So we've got a couple of things that are going to happen that we really don't know. People ask me what's going to happen in the next 12 months, and to be honest with you, the funny line is, I broke my crystal ball years ago, and it's still been in the shop because they can't fix it right. So I don't know. All I can do is based on the information that I've experienced over the 16 and a half years and share that. Am I going to be right? I don't know. Am I going to be wrong? I don't know. But I'm pretty good at seeing what's going on in the market and interpreting some of that information. So we'll see. I think we're going to end up seeing some home values increasing over time. I think we're going to continue to see that. I think we're going to have more buyers coming out into the market. We definitely have a little bit more inventory on both sides of the river, Washington and Oregon. We do have a little bit more inventory, 1.9 months worth of inventory. How that works is 0 months to 5 months is considered a seller's market. 5 months 0 months to 5 months is a seller's market. 5 months to 7 months is a neutral market. And then 7 months to or more is going to be a buyer's market. We're definitely been in a seller's market. We have been in a very long time. This has been going on for many years in this area. We still have a lot of people moving to the area. Coming from all parts of the area. We got people coming in from Seattle, up from California. Washington is seeing people coming out of Portland or out of Portland moving into Washington. We're seeing people coming from other parts of the country over to here. So we still have a lot of people moving to the area. And our inventory is really low because we only have 1.9 months of sellable inventory in the Portland metro area. The other thing is that we also the rental market is also very low. It's very tight there. We're restricted on the amount of homes that we could rent to people and sell to people. So we're seeing a bunch of play on this. So if there's any questions that you have or anything I can help you with, please, you can private message me. You can call me 360-609-0226. You can email me at kenrosengren@lucidoglobal.com. I'm up for coffee to have a conversation around this information anytime you want. That's what I got. That's the Portland real estate market update for the month of May versus April and May versus May of 2022. You guys have an amazing day. I appreciate y'all.